Ladies and gentlemen, how are y'all doing today? Yeah, I understand this is probably a weird thing to look at. Well, that's because this is my streaming setup. I'm reacting to this whole Madden 21 gameplay and whatnot, so obviously give my thoughts and opinions on what I'm about to watch, but just a small little like tidbit of information. All the videos that you see like this that look like they're from my stream or are actually from my stream, they will be uploaded onto my second channel, okay guys? There's gonna be a bunch of new content uploaded to my second channel. I just want this channel to mainly be like the quality, like super high quality videos. So if you guys want more gameplay, more no money spent stuff, make sure to subscribe to my second channel down below. Pretty much every weekend, I wanna say Thursday, Friday, Sunday, I will be live streaming on Twitch. I will stream every single weekend league game, and then all the good games will then be uploaded to that second channel. So if you want to see more from me, my Twitch channel is down below, my second channel link down below. You probably should just check it out because yeah, that's what I'm gonna be doing, especially in Madden 21. I'm gonna try to start it a little bit here in Madden 20, but Madden 21, that's mostly what I'm going to be doing. So that's why this setup might look a little different, but hopefully it's still pretty similar. And also, something I can do is I literally just click this little button here, and then boom, I'm right on this stream, and we have Madden's new stream. So yeah, we're going to be watching this, giving my reactions, my thoughts, my takes, all that stuff.
Yeah, so everyone saw in our reveal trailers, they saw the breakdown tackles, and they saw the pylon tackles, which we're going to talk about in a little bit, but we didn't just do that. We did some more stuff to some of our legacy tackling systems. And, you know, just like the run fits, tackling is a very important part to stopping the run. So similar to what I talked about earlier with the defensive lineman shedding blocks more intelligently around the angle of the running back, defenders out in open space are also going to be more aware when they're near the ball carrier, especially versus like impact blocks. Some of the things that we saw last year is when a defender would get impact blocked, but he was very near the ball carrier. Sometimes he wouldn't react soon enough to that nearby ball carrier and you could just run right by him. So now, no matter what point at which that animation starts for that impact block, he's gonna be able to break out seamlessly to tackle the ball carrier. And then we also did some work to hit sticks and dive tackles to make them a little bit more accessible and functional. That comes together with our new breakdown tackles for a little bit more user-friendly experience. What we did there is basically you're going to feel your momentum respected a little bit. For example, dive tackles, a lot of times you would dive from behind the ball carrier and you felt like you were in range or gaining ground to make that tackle, and you would just lose your momentum and kind of fall over. So you're going to continue that momentum through, and if you are actually gaining ground on the ball carrier, you're going to get at least a successful tackle attempt on that ball carrier.
Yeah, and right now what I'm doing is I'm playing a clip, and it's actually from the deep dive trailer where it's a breakdown tackle with Lamar Jackson, and you know, these are things that you guys may have seen, and we're kind of providing some context right there. I did show the Lamar image. I'll go ahead and show that again, Clint, because you referenced it. That was all related to.
So they're talking about these breakdown tackles, and honestly, I think that's a pretty good thing because tackling in the open field was such a difficult thing in Madden 20. I guess what they're showing now is that in the open field, user control players are able to be, I guess, you can tackle easier with them. Hopefully that's true.
There's one thing that kind of excites me, and it's basically, you know, zone drop coach adjustments. And I do have some screens. This is the kind of like the first time that we're showing some of these screens from in-game. I'm going to go ahead and put them up on the screen. One of the things this year that I think some of our hardcore players are going to be excited about are the ability to go ahead and make these coaching adjustments for zone drops in the flats. You'll see here that's going to override the drop depth for hard flat, cloud flat, and soft squat zones. Not just that, but when we go ahead and look at the zone drops for the curl flats, you're going to override the drop depth for the curl flat, the quarter flat, and the seam flat zones. And then when we talk about the zone drops for the hooks, this is going to override the drop depth for the hook curl, the 3 rec hook, and then the middle read and the vertical hook zones. So I just kind of wanted to showcase that, Clint. I do have a screenshot up right now where I kind of went and I modified some of these settings in coaching adjustments. I want you to talk a little bit about this because, again, this is a feature that probably not your average.
This honestly looks fire. If this actually works,
aware about. But it's going to be more for that hardcore individual that's been playing this and they want to have a little bit more, for lack of better words, customization or control when it comes to their specific zones. So do you want to go ahead and talk about that? I have the screenshot, the one that I think we're referencing in our run a show right now that I'm looking to my left, where I kind of put the different yardages.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So our man A-Dub, our resident expert, Anthony White, is really responsible for bringing this alive along in partnership with RG, from CGD. They came together, and really what they wanted to give players was a way to customize their zone drops to take away specific routes that their opponent had found against them, and use it over and over. And some of the stock coverages aren't able to get enough leverage towards the sideline or enough leverage up the field. You can go into coach adjustments and now customize all underneath zones in increments of 5 yards all the way to a max of 30 yards and put them exactly where you want them to play. What's really interesting about this is it's going to carry over play to play, but you can reset it in pre-play by using the reset play option, which is specifically going to be useful against no huddle offense. And one thing that I need to call out is when you are using these coach adjustments, it is going to turn off all matching zone logic in the game for all your zone defenders. And even though you cannot modify the depth of deep zoners, it will also turn off their matching logic when these are activated. Really important tip to remember when you use these cool zone drop coaching adjustments.
Good stuff. So, we talked about the run game a little bit and, what we're doing in that space with run defense. Now,
let me mute this here real sec. This looks like a great feature, honestly. So pretty much like flats, you can make them overcommit like up top or overcommit down below. So like, honestly, I think it should be really good. This should be important too.
That they may have seen in the deep dive trailer, but give us some information about the QB and passing improvements.
Yeah, kind of coincidingly with the run game where it was kind of hard to stop the run in Madden 20. We also saw and heard feedback that throwing the ball was a little bit too risky in some cases, in many cases. And with a more balanced run game, obviously you're going to have to rely on the passing game more. So two of the things that I'm really fired up about that are coming in Madden 21 are throws out of sacks. Last year it was kind of tied to abilities, so on and so forth. This year we have a more authentic and physics-based solution. Every quarterback is going to be able to throw out of a sack. And the accuracy of that throw and the power of that throw and even the chance of the fumble of that throw is going to be determined by how long into that throw that quarterback is when contact occurs. So if you're very early in the throw and you get hit, you're more likely to throw a very inaccurate pass or even fumble. Whereas the longer, you're into the animation, your arm is almost all the way forward, that's gonna result in more accurate passes out of the sack. So it's basically completely dependent upon when the contact happens relative to the point at which the passing animation your quarterback is in.
Yeah, so I had that actually here in the video. I'll go ahead and play it. I think it's when Rodgers. Actually, no, sorry. I think I have it right here. Yes, I do. I have it right here. Well, I know what player personnel packaging, players like to be creative, in their formation personnel on offense. I know you guys added some packages and formation subs while using audibles, and we have some screens specifically to that. I want you to, if you're cool with it, if you want to go ahead and walk us through some of that stuff and talk through it, I'm just going to go ahead and put them up here on the screen while you talk about this specific thing. Again, this is kind of more specific for the hardcore. Your average player probably won't be so involved with this, but this is giving a little bit more control to the players at this time.
Yeah, I have a feeling a lot of our players are really going to like this because it lends itself to more creativity offensively. So our audible system is going to be customizable enough that it's going to take into account the actual personnel that you have on the field. And when you change your personnel in the play call menu, either via the packages or the formation subs, all the pre-play audibles that you have available to you is going to be those plays in your playbook that matches that personnel. So if you're using personnel,
that's
one
fire.
running back and 2 tight ends in a formation like gun empty flex or some gun spread formation, you want to audible out of that. You're going to be able to audible out of that to any other play in your playbook with 12 personnel, such as single back ace, for example. For now, this feature only applies to the offense. It doesn't apply to the defense. But we are continuing to look for opportunities to expand it to other areas of the game.
Great stuff. So I'm just cycling through these images again for those people that are just checking that out. I'm going to go ahead and start it again. But what Clinton was talking about is player personnel packaging. These are some images. You guys may have not seen these, and again, Clint, thank you so much. I really do appreciate the support of you and your team getting me a build
Boys,
to capture
I'm gonna move
some
my
of the
face
stuff for the
cam
community for this stream. I know.
I don't know if they're gonna show it again. I don't know if they're gonna show it again, but on the left side here where my face cam was, it looks like old school fades are back. It looks like the old school fades are back, boys. Oh, they didn't show it. I don't know if you guys saw it. Damn. Well, just know, I think the old school fades are back, boys.
And I wanted to showcase this because I know anytime we go ahead and do something in game and we decide to go ahead and make some changes from a controller perspective, that's always helpful for our players. So
interesting,
Clint, I don't know
interesting.
if you want to go ahead and talk a little bit about the run game mechanics this year and kind of the controller layout.
Yeah, absolutely I do. There's some really important things here. And I really want to start with why we created this ball carrier skill stick. So obviously, authentic visual quality. We want our movements to be more intuitive, more natural, most of all, more athletic. Why the skill stick? Combo moves. We want to create a skill game in the running game so that really good players can get really good at using the skill stick and chain together moves. And all the evasive moves right now are on the right stick. And what's really important about that is you're going to see juke on the right stick, as you always have. A new move, dead leg, which we're all crazy about. We love dead leg. That's a steerable move down. I shouldn't call it steerable. What it is if you flick down on the right stick, you're going to get a dead leg, which is a hard plant and change of direction. And then the way that you move the right stick out of that is going to determine which way you exit. That's a really nice move. And then you mentioned Jurtle, and that's the important part here. The evasive moves that can all be chained together are on right stick, and that means hurdle is now on right stick. When the beta goes live, I repeat, we need the players' feedback. We need you guys to test this out and let us know how you feel about that.
I'm checking right now with our team.
All right, so that was pretty much it.
Them and see if
I need to see what they say about the beta, bro. I want to play the beta.
Clint alluded to it.
No, it's a closed beta, bro. Closed?
Closed beta, and we can confirm.
Okay, so that's it. Hopefully, I was able to compile, edit, I don't know, a good recap of everything that we saw. There was a lot of really good stuff here. I'm not gonna lie. There was a lot of really, really good stuff. So hopefully you guys watch this video all the way through. Like I said, second channel is linked in the description. Obviously they said I can't record or stream or do anything with the beta. I have a workaround that I plan on doing, so stay tuned for that. But other than that, I don't know. I guess that's it for the video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you did, drop a like down below, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in my next one. Peace.